it?
Yeah, it was very fun, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. I know. Sports are like a really great way to get exercise while having fun. I did them all through high school. Do you think that schools need to provide more after-school programs like that?
I think so. But they also need to focus on the students who don't. Like, there are some kids that they really do like enjoy it, but there's some kids that are like, oh, it's not for me.
So kind of target them.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for sharing your opinions, everyone.
Remember, we still want to hear what you say about the show, so give us a call in the studio now, 845-437-7178. The next piece is a radio roundtable about the recent Penn State scandal.
Before we listen to this radio roundtable, I'm just going to give a little bit of background information on this scandal, and I'd like to warn our listeners that this piece deals with some intense issues that are difficult to discuss, but necessary to grapple with while thinking about this scandal. As always, we want to, what we say here on the show is the opinion and responsibility of the on-air personality only, and in no way represents WVKR, Vassar College, its trustees, managements, or affiliates, or the Children's Media Project. Alright, so just to put everything in context, earlier this month, Penn State's assistant football coach was arrested on 40 counts that dealt with issues of sexual abuse of minors over a period of 15 years. It was later revealed that head coach Joe Paterno had prior knowledge of at least one incident involving the assistant coach in sexual abuse. Penn State decided to fire Paterno because of these allegations, which led to thousands of Penn State students rioting. This radio roundtable deals with what the students' response to the firing of Paterno says about our society.
Alright. I think the students need to calm down and understand the situation, because it's not like there was like an incident of someone stole our pencils, a raping, and rapes are taken seriously, and it shouldn't be something thrown around. Like, it doesn't look good that kids are rioting for the wrong reason. It's not because the kid was molested. It was because the football coach got fired, and that tells the kids are not really paying attention to what the situation is really about.
Well, quite frankly, I think that this situation doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, these kids need to understand that this is a raping. We're not worried about some dude, like, getting our team wins. Now, we're worried about these 10-year-olds. Like, this is not a good thing. And and they don't understand that, and they don't get it. But I think it's nonsense. Like, it makes no sense.
People are just shooting over the brick wall of insanity that the dude basically took young boys' innocence and destroyed it. And so it's like, you guys are worrying about your coach, but you need to worry about what happened to the kids. So, like, you guys are selfish.
I mean, I don't know. It seemed like from hearing some of the university students talk that they just idealize, these football players and these football coaches so much that they kind of lose hindsight of that is not the end all be all is football and having this coach who's a legacy. He's human just like anyone else. So just taking that into account, I guess, is important.
Basically, these kids is way beyond their heads, thinking that. Basically, these kids is beyond their heads because they're thinking about a football win, and they're not worrying about what a child's going through their life now. Because now that child's probably got not mental. It's just they get traumatized and scared to go back outside and talk to another adult because of what that coach did.
I learned a statistic the other day that really shocked me, and I wonder what you think the connection is, okay? There's one night in America where there are more rapes reported than any other night in the year. Can you guess what night it is?
Mm-mm.
Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, there are more rapes reported than any other night of the year in America. What is the connection between that and the scandal that we're talking about with this football coach?
Wow.
Yeah. So you're saying it's football? What do you mean? What's the connection?
I'm saying like
It gets somebody.
it gets everybody.
Up.
Yeah, like everybody's all hyped up. They're all like they're not focused on what they should be focused on. They're focused on the Super Bowl. So it's about the Super Bowl. This
is a 10-year-old boy.
Usually on Super Bowl nights you get drunk, am I right? And
I think a lot of football fans do, yeah.
These just waste ourselves over the victory of whatever team that wins. And
I think the term rape has been, I don't know, like a lot of people just throw it out and use it very lightly, like, oh, I got raped on my test, and maybe that makes people take it less seriously or not really think too much about it. And also I think that a lot of football and drinking and drinking while watching football is like seen as a cool thing to do, and a lot of people think that that's more important in their lives.
That's probably why the students violated, because they didn't understand exactly the term of what the coach was doing when they said that he raped that little boy. They was probably thinking about a whole complete different, they're thinking about a whole different complete situation.
How would they feel if they were raped and all the students say, no, we don't care about you, we care about the coach more than you?
What do you guys think of but the relationship to football? Do you think maybe it's something to do with?
I think it's all the adrenaline that they build up, and everybody's just, they're all like, yeah, he got a touchdown, and they all get hyper, and then his power is over 9,000. They don't know what to do with it.
Rape is like a big thing for people who want power. Actually, it was on the History Channel or Discovery Channel, one of those, and it was talking about how white people rape people for power and just having this hold over someone and leaving something over them. Yeah, traumatizing is not good, because I'm traumatized by the smallest things too, and it leaves a scar, effect.
There's no morals in that.
It's just disgusting.
It's just nasty. It's just not even necessary. I'm sure he had a wife. He probably has some crazy pills diagnosed him. Nobody knows what went through his head. Nobody's gonna know what's going through his head. Everybody's different. Everybody's crazy. Everybody goes through whatever they go through. There's probably a screw loose. There's probably bolt tighteners.
One thing that we can know for sure is that rape is not about sex, right? It's about power. Dominant groups have used rape and sexual violence as a tool of oppression for centuries. It's really uncomfortable to talk about, but it's true, and it's still going on. What can we do to help the people we know whose lives have been torn upside down by these experiences? What can we do about a society where college students care more about the football coach than they do about this happening to young boys?
And to the people who are affected by this whole dilemma, keep your head up.
What I would say to the students of Penn State is to think about, what if that were your little brother or your little sister? Then how would you feel towards your idol, your coach, or whoever? Your coach. And just get your mind right and think about other people before you think about how you feel about a certain thing.
I would just consider, reaching out to the families of the kids who were affected by this, and sending sympathy and support to them.
What's wrong?
My mom is going to kill me. I can't believe this.
Calm down. Tell me what's wrong.
I'm pregnant.
Oh my God. What are you going to do?
I'm going to keep the baby, but I don't have anywhere to go or anyone to help me.
Well, I know a place you can go. Have you ever heard of Family Services Teen Parent Program?
No.
At Family Services Teen Parent Program, you get back on your feet and they help with giving you the care your child needs.
But I'm so scared.
They have programs that will help support you through every step of the way.
Okay, I'll go, but can you go with me tomorrow?
Sure. If you are in the same predicament and you need help, please call Family Services Teen Parent Program at 845-452-1110 at the Family Partnership.
This message was brought to you by Mill Street Loft and Children's Media Project.
You're listening to Radio Uprising on 91.3 FM WVKR Independent Radio. This is the show that gets to the bottom of issues that matter to youth today. You just heard a radio roundtable recorded this week at the CMP about the recent Penn State scandal. If you want to hear we want to hear your thoughts on the show, so remember to give us a call right here at the studio at 845-437-7178.
All right, well, that's it for this week. We'd like to thank Children's Media Project and all the staff and youth producers there. And we'd also like to thank Vassar College and our youth DJs of the day. Do you guys have any other shout-outs?
I want to make a shout-out to my mom and my dad, because I just love them that much.
Aw, John?
I want to shout out to my teacher, Joe, because he's supposed to be listening. If he is.
All right. And let's give a shout out to Mary Ellen and everybody back at the Children's Media Project. Yeah. All right.
That's it for this week, folks. Thanks for listening to Radio Uprising on 91.3 FM WVKR Independent Radio. Tune in next week for more youth-produced radio, and don't touch that dial, because Activist Radio is up next.